Hey everybody from YouTube. I wanted to do this quick video to let you know about the review of the Hobie Pro Angler 12 that I purchased last year. I've actually had it out in the water for about 2 months now, 2 to 3 times a week, so I've gotten a lot of use out of it and wanted to give a quick review of the good, the bad, and the ugly. So for starters, what I would say for this kayak is there's two things that I found advantageous, right? One is comfortability, and the other one is the maneuverability of the kayak. The comfortability, I've sat in this thing for almost 8 hours, and I can tell you, like for instance, this seat is ergonomically better than the seat I have in my office. Very comfortable to sit in. The kayak is incredibly stable. You know, it's pretty wide and it's very stable. You can actually stand up in this thing. And what I discovered about the stability was I actually forgot to put the kill switch on my trolling motor to get it started. So I had to actually step off of the kayak onto the dock because it was actually in the water, and I was able to step off the kayak onto the dock and back onto the kayak really easily. That's how stable it is. That was awesome. So that was great. The other thing is about the maneuverability of this. You've got a skiff on here that keeps it tracking really straight. You've got a rudder on here, right, that actually steers the kayak around. And but the rudder gives you actually really wide. It's got pretty wide turns on it, right, like a typical rudder. So you know, in conjunction with that, you got this 360-degree drive, right? So you got pedal drive. The last kayak I had was paddle power. This is pedal power. And, you know, they say this is a game changer, you know, and I cringe when I hear salespeople say game changer. What I would say is it is a game changer, and I actually can show you just how maneuverable this kayak can become when you have this 360-degree drive. I actually have I'll have a short video that I'll play here to show you how easy it is to maneuver when you're out fishing. I have fished the shallows, I have fished with plastics, I have fished with the deeper areas and drop-offs with crankbaits, and I have not had any luck yet. I did want to show you something with the PA 360, with this 360 drive that's nice. You can see how jammed up I am in this little cove. So what's nice about it is I can actually put this thing right into reverse. Right, and I can nice and quietly reverse out of here, and then what I'm going to do is basically turn in a circle. And you can see how easy this is, right? And I'm not making a bunch of noise, crashing around. I'm just basically turning right in a circle to get me back out of this cove. So I can tell you the maneuverability of this thing is, I mean, honestly, it's the best that I've seen, and I absolutely would endorse this 360 drive because it absolutely comes in handy. And see how easy it was for me to back out of here and then head back out to the main part of the reservoir. So, anyways, I'm going to head down to another spot and see if the fish all went there. Right. So you can see, you know, just how maneuverable it is with this 360-degree drive. You're able to turn on a dime, and that really is super helpful when you're out there fishing, and you don't have to mess around with the trying to get the kayak in the right area, and you're not crashing around trying to turn it around and all that stuff. Another thing I discovered were these side rails here. You have these side rails for your rods. I actually put these on the outside versus the inside. And this thing is great for transporting your rods, right? Because, you know, I've got, what's this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I got 7 rods I take with me that are equipped with different kinds of lures. I can take 3 of these rods and actually put them on the outside, and I can transport these, you know, back and forth. You know, I take these out and put them in the rod holders once I'm out on the water. But this is a great way to transport your rods. So that's pretty cool. The other thing I would say that I discovered about this kayak is You know, getting it out of the truck and down into the water is actually pretty easy. These wheels here that you see, you know, these store in these scupper holes right here. You can see those scupper holes. That's where you put the wheels. What I would, you know, and I looked at some of the videos that had, you know, when you get out, you put the wheels back underneath into the scupper holes. Some folks have got videos where you have a bungee cord, right? And you modify this and you have a bungee cord and you pull the bungee cord. Honestly, I don't need all that. I think that's actually more of a hassle. That's just my personal preference. I can roll this kayak up on its side pretty easily and get these wheels up into those scupper holes. One of the tricks I wanted to mention was you can put a lubricant down into those scupper holes, right? So if you put a lubricant down in those scupper holes, this thing will drop in and drop out really super easy. So you don't need to turn it on its side or anything like that. So that, I thought that was actually pretty cool. You know, we talked about the trolling motor. You know, it doesn't come with, you know, Hobie does not have a trolling motor. This is a Bixby trolling motor. I've got separate videos on that, but I do believe a trolling motor is an absolute must when you're out on the water because it does extend your range considerably. And in terms of, you know, the accessories, everybody rigs it up a little bit differently, but in terms of, well, before I get to that, the storage management on this is excellent. As you can see, you got these rod holders that can actually keep your rods organized, which is really fantastic and keeps this whole area clear. You've got your tackle box here. You've got these H rails, right, that you can actually install accessories on, which makes it super easy. And you know, everybody configures it a little bit differently. One thing that I did want to point out here, over on this side, is the I do a fair amount of still fishing, and you know, I usually when you still fish, you have hooks, you've got rigs, you know, you've got maybe cut bait, you know, you've got all this stuff for still fishing, and they got this little tackle box you can buy this extra, and it actually gives you the ability to store this stuff in this little tackle box, and I actually put this on the outside, not on the inside, once again. And it's fine, you know, it's very secure and keeps all that still fishing stuff from being organized. So what I would say in terms of the cons, you know, those are all the pros so far, having this out for 2 months. The only cons I would say are the price of the accessories. I mean, the kayak itself is pretty expensive, right? But the price of the accessories is a bit ridiculous. You know, I'll give you an example of this. Like you have, you know, I do when I do still fishing, I like to take you know, minnows or something, you know, in a live well. Hobie actually has a live well, but it's like $400 or $450, which is a bit ridiculous. So I just got this H crate to store stuff in, but I bought this you know, insulated bait bucket that has a battery in it, and it's got a little aerator in it for $24, and that can go right into my H crate, and honestly I just saved myself $400. But that's the only downside with the accessories. The other thing is it comes with a pretty long paddle. You put these two ends together, these two paddle ends together, but this is not made for paddling. It just isn't made for paddling. I mean, you can use the paddling when you're trying to break the surf, you know, getting from the beach out into the main part of the water, or if you're coming in and you need to maneuver a little bit because you're you know, your rudder's up, your skiff's up, your 360 drive is out of the water, and you need to maneuver a little bit. But this is not a paddling kayak by any stretch. But overall, I'm super thrilled with it. You know, I've had it out for 2 months, and that's my report so far. Next time I'll be down in the Outer Banks, out on the Bayside, and potentially out in the open ocean, and I'll provide another review around that. Okay, thanks everybody.